Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much again for joining me here. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Let's take another look once more at XRP, see where we're at. We're still in this descending type of trend, so we haven't broken free just yet. We do have this macro point of control at 235, holding the price action below. So until we get above that little section there, see a little bullish back test, I'm not super convinced that we're back in track, but for the most part, we see something along these lines here. We're more in better shape. Okay, now I do need to update some of these levels on the chart here, so just keep that in mind. We do have a larger point of control at 240, but that local 235 is that current resistance range here, just based on volume more locally in the last week or so. Having said that, let's take a look at the back end liquidation data. Do me a favor, hit the like button, comment below. Really appreciate your support. Thank you again to those who do that every single video. Last but not least, check out Bitunix too, folks. Links down below. Awesome deposit reward bonus this month and a Tesla up for grabs. Cool. So let's take a look at the liquidation and recognize 225 and 235. We're kind of smack dab in the middle of that. Is that upper and lower range? Technically, we're a lot closer to the upper range here, so 240 seems like the next likely target area, just based on the last 7 days worth of liquidation. We can see a lot of shorts could get squeezed out here soon. From a macro perspective, there is a bit heavier of a concentration at 235, just reinforcing the simple fact that we may see that level swept. Another thing that's kind of inclining, or I feel where the price rather is more inclined to go down just in the short term, is based on the liquidation delta being so bearish. This is $1 billion in liquidation delta to the downside, implying that bears are still in control, or more importantly, we have a lot more short positions open than longs. Okay, so it just kind of implies you should go with the grain and not try to trade against it until that trend is broken, i.e. the descending trend or local high retests as a new low, which is at 240 range here based on open interest. So we got resistance above us. This is not like a perfect situation for us at all. So let's take a look here at the daily time frame, work our way down, and just kind of see what's going on here. Because from the macro perspective, once more, we kind of zoom out here. From the point of control that I discussed earlier, 240, approximately 241, is that area of resistance just based on tons of volume, above the price action. People are underwater, so we'll see exit liquidity at 241. That's generally the concept. But now when it comes to everything else, nothing super awesome here. I mean, we do have a slight convergence there. We got, 50 on the RSI, constantly retested, money flow index below. We're under our moving average. We really just have to be above this descending trend line to have a much better situation for us. So we need a 235 to 240 closure or higher to have any legs to stand on. It makes very little sense to try to take a long into this kind of selling pressure. 4-hour time frame, also the same thing as well here. We can recognize not much has changed. We're still under majority of the moving averages there, kind of compressing in that price range. We also recognize too, we got a MACD convergence and we're just broke above 50 on the RSI. So the 4-hour time frame is showing some strength, but once more, that local point of control at 235 and the macro at 240 leads me to believe that's going to be an area that's going to be difficult to break. So I would be very cautious and careful taking a long, especially with how poorly XRP is performing versus Bitcoin. Bitcoin does look like it wants to break out. Obviously, that would be required for XRP to do so as well. But under the impression that Bitcoin pulls back, how hard do you think XRP is going to pull back if Bitcoin retraces? It's probably going to be, I wouldn't say super substantial. XRP hasn't been known to respond too hard to the downside. It's actually held this local support 230 for a while. But my guesstimate here is that 230 to 240 is going to be the consistent range for us until we either break above or below it, right? So nothing super awesome here for XRP at this point. So sorry, Moon Boys, there's just nothing really to see here. I would avoid this coin for the moment unless you're considering some spot plays. And if you do consider spot, local liquidation range of 225 makes a lot of sense because those areas are commonly swept when liquidation is swept, which obviously, in case you didn't notice or see here, from the macro perspective, we've got a lot of liquidation at 225. All right, that's what we got there, folks. Once more, thanks again for being an awesome part of my life. We'll look forward to seeing the next one. Have yourself a great rest of your day. Take care.